Right? I would definitely change the lipstick color on me, but it's still cute. Who is that? Who is she?
So do you want me to, want me to? So do you want me to, want me to?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, my name is Leslie and I'm all about self-care, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually. And today I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video. I've been requested to do this multiple times, so I'm going to just get it over with today. I'm going to be doing my makeup from beginning to end for beginners. So if you've been watching my series in full, almost every single thing that, except for highlighting, I think, but basically every single thing I'm about to show you is already in the series. So if you watch my stuff from beginning to end, you should be able to do this makeup look and put it together. But I've gotten a lot of requests just to do it all in one video, so that's what I'm here to do today. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Sorry, I just gotta get a little on it. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you can see all my crazy videos. I love to do makeup for beginners. I don't go ham. I don't like doing stuff that's too hard. It's just not me. It's just not me. It's just not me. All right, so you're gonna see that this is gonna be fairly simple for anybody to do. Okay, so my makeup for beginners routine only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 products. So this is stuff that you probably already have. That's why I'm doing it like this. I'm not doing any crazy contour. I'm not even going to be doing crazy eyeshadow, because if you see on my channel, I haven't even done a full eyeshadow look for beginners yet. I will get to that later. Let's get comfortable. Let's take it slow. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want to let you know to do is please put on skincare. I don't know if you're into skincare, but make sure your face is moisturized, even in the inside. Even if you're not going anywhere in the winter, I don't care, you should put on sunscreen. I put my whole morning skincare routine on already. I'm moisturized, I'm ready to go. And my stuff is a mix between, I guess, high-end and drugstore, because I wanted to incorporate normal products that you could just go to Rite Aid and get, so that way you don't have to feel like you have to spend $1 million to do your makeup. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face. NYX Cosmetics, I did a review on this. It is their Angel Veil. So the really cool thing about this primer is that it's really like tacky. It's very strong. I feel like it's a very strong primer, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my face. It does what it says it's gonna do. Now, I'm not really a fan of, like, what are they called, like the silicone primers. I'm more of a fan of cream primers, but there's nothing wrong with those. There's nothing wrong with, like, the more clear primers. I'm just more of a fan of, like, creamy. Like, I'm a fan of, like, Tatcha. I'm a fan of this one because you'll see it's more creamy. Here, I'll show you. I'm also a fan of, like, the putty, like if it's in like a jar and you have to like scoop it out. I really like those. But you see this is like a little bit more creamy. And you get this at Rite Aid. My favorite primer is Tatcha. It's the Silk Canvas, but not everybody's going to want to spend $1 million on a primer, especially if you're a beginner. You're not even going to know the difference. You're not going to want to know the difference. So, but this primer grips onto your makeup really quickly. So once you start to put your foundation on and stuff like that, you have to move a little bit quick with this primer. All right. Now, maybe you don't have a primer. That's fine. You don't need to use a primer. If you don't have one, skip it. Skip it. All right. What is next? So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. You're going to see in my series that I did do how to do your eyebrows for beginners. So I'm going to sweep right through this. If you're not 100% sure on how to do it, just refer back to that video. I'll stick it up here. And then you can click on that a little bit later after you're done watching this video. Okay. So I did my eyebrows pretty quick. And if you're wondering what I used, today I used the NYX Cosmetics or NYX, whatever. NYX Cosmetics. I think it's about $8 brow pencil. I don't use like a billion different things. If you watch the other video, you'll see I'll only use one item. If you're gonna get into more professional looking makeup, then you can use like different colors, but let's not go there, girl. Let's not go there. All right, so my eyebrows are pretty much done. My technique is a little bit easier if you're getting your eyebrows groomed consecutively or consistently. If you're one of those people who don't really get your eyebrows done, my trick might be a little bit more difficult because you're following the natural pattern. I'm not hiding any hair. Most of my hair is already waxed off my face, but I haven't actually gotten my eyebrows done for a really long time, and it's been working just fine. So, and if you have really light eyebrows, good for you, because you can pick any shape you want, but we're not even gonna go there. We're not even gonna go there. All right, so I'm done with my brows. It shouldn't take you more than like 5 minutes, honestly. Hope you guys like this new hair look. I'm doing different things. I'm kind of digging it. When it's up in a ponytail, I'm like, I can't stop doing that. I don't know why. Anyway, all right, I went and got some water because I kept stuttering, and I think it's because I'm really like dehydrated. I'm really dehydrated, or I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten yet, and I don't do well when I don't eat. All right, so if you watch my series, I know I keep saying that, but if you watch my series, you'll know that my favorite way to apply makeup is with a beauty blender. Now, the really cool thing about beauty blenders is that you can do a lot of things with this. Like if you decide that you want to bake, which we're not going to do in this video because it's for beginners. Beginners don't bake, okay? But we're going to be using a beauty blender. If you have like the sponges, that's fine. If you have a brush, that's fine. Just make sure you're using the brush correctly. I think I showed you how to apply with different brushes, but we're going to go ahead and mix our foundation. This is Fenty. My favorite drugstore foundation is Fit by Maybelline. Let me look. I have it, but it's so old that I don't want to use it. Fit Me, Maybelline. So this is like my favorite one. I like the matte one. I like the matte because I have oily skin. But if you don't have oily skin, you can use the dewy one. I just like a matte finish. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put it on my arm, what is this, my back of my hand. Dip it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and nicely, and you have to be quick with this primer. Move your nose over, guys. Don't forget underneath your nose, okay? When I get into your hairline and under your jaw, into your neck. I'm tan. I'm tan. You can get your ear if you want. If you're a white person, especially like if you're a lighter skinned person, or like if you have like a really light skin, I always suggest you putting foundation on your ear because you look crazy. You usually go with like, most people usually go with a darker foundation when they're lighter skin because they like to be tan, so don't forget your ears. So this beauty blender that I use is the brand Beauty Blender. You can get the one from Real Techniques. They have like a really good, it's not really a dupe, it's just a different texture, but it's a good drugstore blender or sponge, I guess is what you would call it. Because technically this is a beauty blender. But if you don't, you can use a brush. And then, yeah, that's fine. You can use a brush. Just make sure that you're dabbing it and not sliding, okay? All right, so it's funny because I got in a bit of a tan, so this foundation doesn't really match me very well. But it's okay. It doesn't bug me that my shoulders are a little bit darker than my face. It doesn't annoy me. All right, so now that we have that done, we're gonna go ahead with concealer. My favorite drugstore concealer is this Instant Age Rewind. It's Maybelline again. I don't know, I feel like it does the job. I'm just sticking with Fenty because I already have Fenty on my face, so I'm just sticking with it. But this is a really good one to get, and it already has an applicator. You have to be careful using this applicator, and you'll see it in my other video about how to apply concealer. I'm just saying. I end up using my fingers anyway. So if you don't have a sponge and you only have like brushes and you don't have like a smaller concealer brush, you can just use your fingers. But that's why it's also good to have one of these, because you can use the same sponge for your concealer. But we're not going to put too much because we're not trying to change our face, because we're just doing natural, like, this is what I would wear to work, like everyday sort of makeup. You know, you're not going out red carpet event. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only gonna put a good amount here. I'm not even gonna spread it out too much. And I'm also not even gonna do my forehead or anything unless you really don't like your forehead. If you feel like it's a little bit too big, you can put a little bit of concealer like lower here. If it's too short, you can put it a little bit higher. And then you can put some on your nose if you want. And then you could do your chin if you want. You're basically highlighting the parts that you are already highlighted at. If that makes sense. Go check out my beginner concealer for beginner video. All right. So then we're going to take the same beauty blender and we're just going to blend it out, lightly dab it. We didn't put too much, as you can see. So it shouldn't be too crazy where you have to set it. You're only putting a light amount. All right. As you can see, it already looks great without me doing any powder or anything like that. You don't always have to use setting powder, especially if you're not going to a photo shoot. There's really no sense of it, but sometimes it makes it last longer. But you have to also remember the primer that I'm using. It literally works so fast, so it's gripping it. So you have to move pretty quick. All right. Look at that. It already looks really good. Girl, look at you doing your makeup. All right, so if you have really dark under eyes, you could do another layer. I would suggest not doing that because you're not setting or anything like that. Like I said, beginner makeup's different from like professional makeup, right? So now that we have that down pat, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use a bronzer. I like to use Fenty's. This is in the shade Caramel Cutie. It's not that much darker than me. Like you see, it's pretty close to my skin tone. That's why I like it. You can do like a shade darker. Some people like to go really dark. I'm very like, all right, I want it to be a bronze, but I don't want it to be like OD. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this fluffy brush. This is a Sephora collection brush, the Pro Mini. You could just use a regular powder brush. You can even use a blush brush, whatever you have, but it's better if it is a fluffier brush, okay? Not too fluffy, a little dense, not your big foundation powder brush, but you know, just like I think like a blush brush is the best one to use. Like if you have something like this, that's fine. Look at that, all that product on there is still gross. But this one's okay. This one has product on it too, girl. You gotta wash your brushes. I'm bad. I don't be washing my brushes as that much. I should though. I really should. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and there is a video on how to bronze on my series. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and dap onto this. Whatever, swirl, dap. Get the product on there. Take some off. And I always start in my scalp. You can see there should be a little bit of difference. Look there and then look there. See how it's a little bit dark? All right, so it doesn't do too much. If you pick the right bronzer, you don't have to worry about it being too much. I like this bronzer also because it doesn't leave any sparkles. There's no sparkles. It's a very matte bronzer. It doesn't do too much. It's a little bit different than how I did it in my video. On my other video, I'll leave like a line and then I go up. But right now, I'm just kind of spreading it out because it's such a light bronzer. It's fine. I don't know any drugstore bronzer brands, unfortunately. I can't think of any that I own or have used. I could look into it. Comment below if that's something you want me to look into. I don't mind looking into it. I just never have. I've just always gone high end with my bronzers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. You can use like a smaller brush for this, or you can use your fingers, whatever floats your boat, mama. I mean, you can go ahead and invest on a brush set on Amazon. They have them for like $15. Are they the best quality if they're $15? No, but like it gets the job done. And some of my favorite brushes came from these $15 brush sets where I'm like, I just need new brushes and I just get a whole set. And then you can pick and choose like what brushes you need. you know, with your makeup journey. But you might not ever need any other makeup brushes. The ones that you have might be good enough. It's just that some brushes do things differently, so you go and buy the individual ones to get those jobs done. But we're beginners, we're not there yet. We just need to get a brush set. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose with the bronzer. Some people say you shouldn't use bronzer to contour your nose, but I do. All you're doing is darkening the spots that are already dark, right? So I don't understand why people would say that. Makeup artists say it. They want you to use like a cream or like an actual contour kit. It don't matter. It really don't matter. All right, so I went ahead and contoured my nose. This is a step that you can skip. You don't have to do this. I would recommend, if you are really new, to just skip it. You don't need to. It's not something that's like that important. All right, so I went ahead. I'm gonna take this fluffy brush again and just, and then you can take your beauty blender and just blend out everything that you just did, right? You wanna get your forehead, because you want it to look natural. Do your nose, just patting it. You always want to blend with your beauty blender. Once you get the hang of it, this could take like 20 minutes. It won't even take that long. Now, something that I like to do is I will use that same brush that I contoured my nose with. And since we're not doing like a full eyeshadow look, because most beginners don't feel comfortable doing eyeshadow, which I understand, you can go ahead and take some of the same bronzer on that smaller brush, and you can put that in the crease of your eye to give it like a different dimension. So it kind of looks like you're wearing eyeshadow, but you're not. You're just putting it in the crease or a little bit above the crease, just to give it like some sort of a look. And the more you put, the darker it gets, so you can continue to like put it dark towards the end and then just spread it over. We have not covered this, I don't think, in any of my videos, but this is what we're doing today. All right, so as you can see, look, nothing, something, nothing, something. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make it a little bit darker. So now it kind of looks like I have eyeshadow on, but I don't have eyeshadow on, you know what I'm saying? So then you can also take like a smaller brush, and instead of putting like eyeliner underneath your eye, you can also use your bronzer. This is literally what I do. There's multiple brushes that you can use. I think like a lot of people be having these brushes. A lot of people have these brushes, so I can show you with that. Or my favorite brush to use, which is really hard to find. I don't really find this brush very often. Where is it? Oh God, it's so much product on it. This one's a really good brush to use, and I use it underneath my eye all the time. But most people have these. I feel like every set I have, it always comes with one of these spoolies and eyebrow brushes. So you can use one of those, and you're basically gonna dap it into your bronzer, and you're gonna get your under eye, so that way you don't have to put eyeliner. You just use a bronzer. Look, this is why most people like to set their makeup, because it comes off. But we didn't put setting spray on or anything like that. That was what powder would avoid. You see that fingerprint? So don't freak out if that happens. It's not a big deal. Just try not to do it all over. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take our beauty blender and, you know, blend out those marks that we kind of messed up. Because I really can't do it without touching my face. Now, this is why setting powder is so important. It's for things like that. You can touch your face, right? If you have a setting powder on your face and it's not like that big of a deal. But most people don't have a setting powder. But I'm gonna show you what you can do if you do have a setting powder to make life a little bit easier. But yeah, you just go ahead and blend out the parts where you put your fingerprint. That's fine, no big deal. See, all gone, all better. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and put on our blush. I put a how to put on blush beginner tutorial on this playlist. It's fine if you haven't watched it. It's literally fine. It's fine. But don't ask me how to do these things. It's already on there. It's on there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. This is LA Girls blush. It's not my favorite, but it's really good for drugstore, so I like to use it. I love either really, really light pinks or really, really like peachy oranges, closer to orange than pink, right? If you're a darker skin girl, you can use like mauves. I feel like those deep reds are so beautiful on darker tones. Oh my god, I even like dark mauves on me, like the dark reds. I usually don't wear them because I do have like a lighter skin, so this product would show up on me. If you have darker skin, you would have to get like a deeper blush. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my blush on. I showed you guys how to apply it in my video. Look how pretty that is. It just lightens up the whole face. I feel like you can't not wear blush. Most people say mascara is like the most important, but I don't think so. I feel like blush is like more important. I can go a day without mascara. I can't go a day without blush. I just can't. I mean, I do. I sometimes just don't wear makeup, but it's not the point. All right, so there we go. I put on my blush, and now I'm gonna use my beauty blender and just blend all that out. So my favorite highlighter for drugstore would be the Wet n Wild. You know what? I'm just gonna use these so you can kind of see like how pretty they are, that you don't have to spend $1 million on makeup. My favorite one is this. What is the shade of this? Crown of My Canopy. I don't know what that is. This is like a light peachy. It's so cheap. I think these are like $1, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush. You can again use a blush brush if you don't have a lot of brushes. You can use your fingers. I'm gonna show you using your fingers because you know most people might not have all these brushes, so you can go ahead, use your finger, right? And you can go ahead and just tap it where you want it. And I'm also gonna put it like, I'm gonna spread it underneath my brow. I'm gonna do my nose. I'm gonna bring it up. I don't know if I did a highlighter for beginners. I can't remember. All right, so I took my finger and now I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm just gonna blend it out. So you don't have to have like a fancy brush to do this. Did that to prove a point. Just proving a point here. All right, I kind of have to blend out this here because I put it underneath my brow. Look, I made a mess here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it out. And then I could take my bronzer and kind of go over it if I need to. Now, you see, we didn't do much for the eyes. Now, this is all completely up to you. So with me, I typically would maybe put like an eyeliner on top. Or you could just go with your mascara just like this, but I always put like a little highlight here. I have a small little brush that I always use for like the inside of my eye. You can also use your fingers. I would maybe use your pinky. I just feel like it's easier just to use like a smaller brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that same highlighter. And I'm gonna go ahead and get right here. I feel like this is like, what's the point of wearing eyeshadow when you look great with just the highlight right there? Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Now, if you want, you can, like I said, wear a eyeliner on top. You can use like a liquid eyeliner. Just any. I use Stila. I don't really like the... I haven't found a drugstore eyeliner that I'm okay with that is like a pen, you know what I mean? Pencils are fine. You can pretty much get like really nice ones that don't smudge, but these are just so, I just don't trust it. They're usually thick. I don't really like the texture of the pen. They're not movable, so I don't really use them like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and put eyeliner on the top of my eyelid. All right, so I put some eyeliner on my the top part of my lid. I don't put anything underneath. We already darkened it with a bronzer. I'm gonna let that dry for a sec. All right, so we're basically almost done. The only other thing that I would incorporate would be mascara, and then I also need to spray my face. Now, it's okay. Now, here, this is where it gets a little bit like weird for me, because I don't know what people have, and I want to make sure that I'm being super duper clear. Now, if you do have a setting powder, great. Use it. The way to use a setting powder, I don't have a video on this yet, but the best way to use a setting powder if you're a beginner is really just to take the biggest brush that you have, like a big brush. I have a better one than that I can use though. The biggest brush that you have, and you can go ahead and just take a really light layer of setting powder, like light. Like this is Max. This is MAC, not Max. This is MAC Prep and Prime. I will go ahead and literally that much, and you could just like put light layers all across your face. And this is just setting the makeup, so that problem that we had with this sliding off will be fine. You can also just use a spray, but I'm using both just in case. I don't know what you guys have, like I said, but I typically will use both. But if you're a beginner, you might not have both. I can't think of any drugstore powders that I would use, but I definitely do have like a drugstore setting spray. All right, so you can see I went ahead and I just wiped my whole face nicely with this setting powder. That will stop the smearing. Now I could put my hand on my face comfortably and know that it's not gonna just wipe off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. So this is a really good drugstore setting spray. I'm like thinking of like what? Oh, I know one. There's like this really good banana powder that you can use. That's drugstore. I just can't remember. I think I gave it away. It's like banana though. It's Makeup Revolution. It comes in like this yellow thing. Maybe I can post a picture. But that one you can get, and that's like $8. So that one's really good. This settings powder is I think like $30+. It is MAC, so of course it's gonna be a little bit pricey. But that's how you can just set your face. If you're like not sure how to bake or anything, you could just do that. You don't have to like set a whole bunch of powder all over your face. You don't have to do that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. This is e.l.f. So you can get this at Walmart. It works really well, and this is for matte. So if you have oily skin, it will be good for that. If you have dry skin, this might make your skin a little bit more dry, to be honest. But they do have some NYX. NYX has a really nice dewy setting spray, and you can also get that at like Walmart or Rite Aid or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and let that set. And then I'm gonna put on mascara, because when you put on mascara and then you spray your face, it be smearing all over the place. So I got you guys, I got you guys. But while that is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a lip gloss. So I'm not a lipstick person, but look at your face. You literally can wear any color you want. Like, that's the great thing about this makeup look, because it doesn't matter now at this point. You could wear red, you could wear purple, you could wear brown, you could wear any color lipstick that you want, that you have, because you didn't do crazy eyeshadow. You know what I'm saying? Not really digging this gloss. I need like another one, like this. I don't like it. I look chapped. I'm gonna put on like a pinky one. Oh God, it's absolutely awful. Absolutely awful, guys. I look like freaking Barbie. This is why I don't try new things. Do you see that? It look literally atrocious. I need something darker. Absolutely. Like, where am I going? Am I a Barbie? I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. We're gonna keep it. It's growing on me. Whatever. Basically, pick any color lip stuff that you want. It's basically the point. I try to do something outside the box and I'm not feeling it. I look crazy. But anyway, now we're gonna go ahead and put on mascara, which there's a video on that, so I don't really have to show you. So I went ahead and put on some mascara, guys. This lip is not working for me. Ew, it looks good like in person, but it looks absolutely bad on camera. Golly. Well, we're gonna keep it, because that's just what we're doing. We could go and, you know, put on another lip, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth. So yeah. So this would be like your final look. All right, pick a better lipstick color than what I did, but isn't that pretty? Alright guys, so that's basically it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know a lot of people have like so much confusion about makeup, and I really hope that this kind of like helps. So the really cool thing about this look is that you can do whatever you want with your lips. It doesn't take that long once you get the hang of it. It only should take you like 30 minutes, not even. If you're really fast, if you skip the eyebrows, girl, if you skip the eyebrows, this look takes like 10 minutes. You don't even have to do your eyebrows. Like, that's the amazing part. But like, come on, it looks so cute, right? All right, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Please comment below if you have any additional requests for me. Thank you guys so much for the ones who do come to me with what they want to see, because how am I supposed to know what you guys want to see? I quit on makeup videos, so it's crazy. I literally was like, I told my friend, I was like, I'm not doing no more of these videos. I'm not doing no more. And then everybody's like, do more, do more. I'm like, all right. But if you guys tell me that's what you want to see, if you want to see some eyeshadow looks, girl, comment below and I got you. And I really hope that you guys will be a part of the family. So if you haven't subscribed, then you watch this whole video and you watch my whole series. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Peace.